understanding the creation. Most Christians believe that there is one creation, although the Bible actually speaks of two creations. In Genesis 1, we read about days 1 through 7 of the creation. We also see that, firstly, God Elohim, singular intensive, created the light. He then created the sky, water and vegetation, luminaries, living creatures, and man. This all happened between the first and the sixth day. Genesis 1:131. Side note, the reason that the number of man is 6, is because he was created on the sixth day. In Gen 2, we do not see the same creation. Also, note that in the first verse of chapter 2, the heavens and the earth were complete. In verse 2, it was the seventh day and God had finished his work, and then he began resting. Verse 4 is when we see the Lord God, Adonai Elohim, start to create. We can see that in this verse that there is a clear distinction between the creation that happened in the first 7 days and the account of the creation of the heavens and the earth created by the Lord God. Hence verse 4, part 2, when the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, there was no vegetation, nor anyone to look after it. Now the Lord God chooses to make water issue forth from the ground. Next, in verse 7, we see that the Lord God creates a man. The Lord God then plants a garden in the east and the man in it to see after the garden. The Lord God had a tree in the garden that he called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. He commanded the man not to eat of it because he would die. Note, in chapter 1, verses 9 to 12, water and vegetation were created before man. In chapter 2, we see that the order is water, man, then vegetation. Now the Lord God makes the animals. Since there is no one suitable for the man as a partner, in verse 22, the Lord God causes the man to sleep so that one could be made for him and from him. In verse 23, the man gives the woman the title, which is woman. Note, in Gen 2:23, woman is entitled woman. We shall discuss this later on as it is significant.